know, progression-wise this camp?
Just continuous consistency. He's one of those guys that the game is something that he loves. He takes it very personal and passionately. But just, seeing him, control his emotions and playing with a sense of consistency. And so far in camp, he's done that.
Is there anything with the drops he had last year that you worked on specifically with him about?
It's just not letting the ball get into his body. He's not a guy naturally with, longer arms. So, he's really got to be more aggressive and egregious and extending out there on some of those catches, not allowing him to get in his body, not giving the DB an opportunity to wake it out.
What have you seen from Jacoby so far?
He's a lot faster than, honestly, what I anticipated. So that's been a great plus. His ball skills are elite, and he's been able to come in here and pick stuff up. So we've been very happy with him.
How about Deuce?
Same thing. Big target, easy throw for the quarterback. So he's been able to, some one-on-one situations, take advantage of it and keep the chains moving.
Is he raw as a receiver?
No. His receiver skills are definitely on point.
But route running and also,
his high school, they laid a great foundation for him as far as route running skills and creating separation and understanding how to use that big frame that he has.
How beneficial is it to have kind of a well-rounded skill set in the room this year, more height, speed?
Well, it's definitely created competition in the room, and the young guys have been able to come out here and make plays during practice and impress their peers, not just the coaches. So it's definitely created a sense of urgency for all of the guys in the room. That's battling for time to get on the field to be on point with their assignments, their jobs, and be precise in the depths of their routes and play at a higher level.
Is the slot the toughest competition right now?
I think it's competition all the way across the board. Like the question this gentleman just asked, with the length that you have with the young guys coming in here, it's pushed everybody all the way across the board to come out here and work hard and compete every day.
I think you mentioned how it's evident that Zach had spring and now he's gotten better coming into training camp. How have you seen him improve the most since
I think just the game has slowed down for him. So now it's not, he's not out there thinking. He's able to actually go out and execute his assignment and work. And, he's, from a talent standpoint, he's different. He's been able to go out and really fully hone in and just let it go and play.
Skill set wise, what do you think he brings that's unique, just talent wise, if you could even name it?
All of the above. And I know that answers your question kind of vague, but when you talk about strength, you talk about run after the catch, you're talking about elite catch radius, especially for a guy his size. He brings it all.
What have you seen so far, the impact that Cliff's brought as an analyst? What's it been like working with him? What kind of specific things has he tried to implement, that sort of thing?
It's just, an extra set of wisdom that you have in the room, an extra set of things of knowledge, as far as the game management, clock management that you have that, kind of helps you with your checks and balances on thought processes of what to call, when to use timeouts, and things of that nature. He's been excellent with that, and obviously, the knowledge that he has when working with the quarterbacks, he's been a great resource for Coach Riley and those guys.
So he's kind of been helpful in situational type work, it sounds like.
Yeah. He's, and then, I'm not in those conversations, but I'm sure, Link is talked to him about, some things from the head coaching responsibilities and approaches, just kind of as checks and balance to kind of see, bounce ideas off of as far as that as well.
Who stood out in the scrimmage to you? Who stood out in the scrimmage?
That list was actually larger than it was. There was a lot of guys that played well in the first one. Now the challenge is coming back the next day and being able to duplicate that again Saturday. But like I said, that's a long list. A lot of guys was productive and had good work in the scrimmage. Dorian played well. Of course, Zach played well. That was a lot of things that you walked away from that thinking, okay, we got a chance.
What's the learning curve been like with the offense for Deuce?
Deuce is a smart football player, and a lot of the stuff that we're doing here was a lot similar to the terminologies and the scheme concepts that he was doing in high school. So, it's just been the transition of, hey, we call this X, y'all call that Y at your high school, and just, you know, translating that terminology to what we call it now. So, I mean, the learning curve for him is really hasn't been as difficult as what you would think.
Who's taken the biggest strides, would you say, specifically in terms of yards after catch and then also in route running?
Yards after catch, you know, Rice has had some impressive things. Branch has had some impressive things. You know, Kyron has been Kyron. Everything that goes up in the air, I mean, he's been the quarterback's lab. He's coming down with it. So, I mean, you know, like I said, there's been, you know, a number of guys that have done more good things than we've had guys not do it. So, I mean, I could go on. That list could go on and on all day.
Do you think Zach has a chance to kind of earn some pretty significant playing time or snaps, even as a freshman, with just how impressive he's been?
I would think so.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
It's